say their vision is to expand into new markets, to grow their business, to contribute to the community, to have a scalable team of kitchen salespeople and service people, to be market leaders in their industry so they can offer their awesomeness to everyone around and belong, make people matter and contribute. That's vision. And it feels great. It looks amazing. The kitchens look great. Everyone talks about them because their work's so good. And everybody, gets all things done to the book. BAKD. Yeah. Cool. So the mission, that's where they're going. That's their big vision. The mission, how do we get them there? You could say we build a website. Or you could say we're going to build a website for them that's going to allow them to capture this percentage of leads through Google traffic. It's going to allow them to do this. Do you want to help me out here?
Yeah, well, we start off with thinking about the sitemap and the content and the information that we need to have on the website.
With this, so I'm really glad that we've done that. From there, you're looking at the sitemap, information, everything. You've dropped into structure, which is what comes up. So this is in this section. This is all environment. Now below this, you have structure. And this is when your team leaders and the actual managers, not the project leaders, will come in and pick up a lot of the difficulty. So exactly like you said, sitemap, design, this is all your categories. Yeah? Where we want to communicate is not in this section yet. In your briefing, in bringing these people along with you, because remember, we're looking to, in this, inspire, I'll do it in order, impact, inspire, and influence a big team of people to be awesome in all the things they do. It's leadership. This is management around the categories, but the mission is how we're going to get there. So mission has to be based on outcomes, not categories. So what are we going to do to get them to their vision? Now around this, let's focus on the outcomes of this. So remember, we're still up here. What do you guys think? What are the outcomes? So our mission is create a site, and then we go outcomes. So what would be the purpose of the site that generates, we're going to attempt to generate X amount of leads.
We've got to be very careful about that one though, because we don't know at the outset of the project what that number is, and the clients will tell me, but you said you're going to give me 100 leads a day or 100 a week or 100 a month or whatever it might be. And, so we've got to be...
These are the sorts of things that you can't really commit to a client, but you should have when you're talking with the team.
Yeah, you can make as long as you set on things like goals or something like that. Goals is 100 leads a year or 100 a month or something, then that's probably okay.
Yeah, so we'll put it around goals. As always with clients, don't express things you can't deliver or express less and give more. That's always a bloody good way to be. You'll get lots of referrals that way. But you can say to the team, where to help them, to support them in this vision, our mission is to create a site that generates 40 leads a day for them. And say, look, the client doesn't know that. They just know we're going to boost them. But this is what we think would be great to get them this vision. Because if they've got a sales team that can close at, 10%, they're getting 4 new customers a day. That's going to help them expand into all of these territories. And you always chunk back to, their vision, what they're creating in this high level conversation. This is how leaders talk. Like you look at captains of industry, people that have massive, massive teams, huge complicated structures. They're not involved in all of this. The level of conversation is always here. They've got bloody smart people running this stuff, but they speak on this higher level that motivates the team and the tribe to come together. You guys digging this?
I wouldn't say never. I think if you look at the history of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Sam Walton, Mr. Walmart, et cetera, they were very often in the detail as well. But you'd be coming back to the high level as well. To say they're never in the detail is just not right.
I would take that further and say when they're in the detail, their role is to take the detail and bring the conversation up to the higher level, so to align it. So
that's right.
These high level
is either aligned or not aligned to the big picture.
Yeah, so they'll get in the trenches, but they'll make sure that this bullet is to win the war. They will be there, but their whole goal is to bring alignment of those details straight back up to this, because they look after big picture. Cool. So outcomes. So to do this, our mission is to generate a site that's going to create these leads. What else goes in mission here?
Often I think the clients also, at that stage, we're working out the client, what sort of clients do they want more of? They want to go more wholesale, more retail, more people in Burwood, or Hawthorn or west of Melbourne or Sydney or whatever. So it's what sort of clients they want more of, I think, is the creative side that gets us more clients in Sydney.
Well, they want to dominate the southeastern suburbs. But one thing they said, a lot of clients say, I want less tie kickers, which is really generic and obvious.
So more quality leads.
Yeah, but that's generic too. I mean, you can't really control that.
Yeah. Well, it's a goal though to try and, it's something we hear time and time again, is you want to filter out the crap. They don't want the idiots calling, they want the golden clients ringing all day. And they don't want to hear from it. And a lot of clients get really annoyed by annoying, small, bad prospects ringing them.
Yeah.
I actually want to dominate the southeastern side. That's the term that you actually
Cool.
language.
Dominate.
I guess in this
And that is...
talking visual, you'd say the credit site that reflects the higher end sort of customer, so people immediately can see or interpret that these guys aren't cheap.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you're getting more language around what they're doing, yeah? So now to reflect or to showcase high-end service, the quality.
They said, we're as good as Smith & Smith or whatever who charge. We can always undercut them because they're really expensive. They have massive margins. Our stuff is exactly the same as them. We just have less margin. So why shouldn't we be able to take away from their margin?
So this is really important
So
stuff.
the showcase, I think, belongs to the next level in the structure. I think the goal there for them is to get more high-end customers. The showcasing is a way to get more high-end customers.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the project structure, this is still around their vision, because when you're explaining outcomes, you're saying, this couple, they have this, they're producing this stuff, it's awesome. It's as good as the best in the business. Like, they're really good. We want to help them get that to more people. They want to target these high-end things. It's still up in vision. Around here, you would have design and showcase as well. But the language you build around here would be, their goal is to, because they have such a high quality product and service, they're wanting to compete with the best. We just need to make sure people know about them, that they're an option, and the right people know about them. So it does belong here as well, but it's also this high level conversation. So this exercise in language, getting really good at telling a story, because that's what you're doing. You're telling a story to your team that brings everyone with you towards doing this.
Very often as well, the clients, I think, want to have a particular product area as well that they like to sort of move out of or move into. They want to get out of doing, wooden kitchens, and they want to do more metal kitchens, or they want to sell less widgets and more gadgets. They want us to focus on this new growth area, get out of a dying product area into a growth product area as well. So that's often a big picture thing, which we could almost always find out from the customer, align the website to that mission.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of this is purpose. They've come to you. They now exist in your reality for a reason. And the reason is that conversation that they've had with the sales consultant. If the sales consultant has done their job at influencing and inspiring really well, they've had this conversation. They've got all the language around that. Now they need to be able to communicate that really well to you so you can deliver it. And then you need to be able to take that to your team to make sure everyone's on the same page to making this conversation a real thing for them around these outcomes. How are you guys finding this? Am I talking too much?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to erase this. It's not important to have notes around this. It's just important to be able to think like this. If we can do that, it is better than a whole book of notes about things we've discussed. Okay. So let's have this conversation. Environment, purpose. Guys, I need everyone to get involved in this. Is that cool? Because if you can think this way, you can bring it back. I know that we're getting progress. If I'm television, I'll wave to the camera now. It's just not going to be a great exercise. So remember at the start when we said, everybody speak up, get involved. If you language it back and you contribute, you don't need notes, you'll get it. If you just sit there and watch and go, interesting point, I might as well sit down and have another latte. Cool? All right, so how do we express this to a team? The environment and the purpose.
Tell them a story.
Tell them a story. Awesome. Do you guys want to know a structure for telling stories that will hit them on a really deep level, that will really influence people? Would that be useful? Around the world as well? Cool. You guys look bored. I wish you were here. It's a bit more electric in the room. If you're going to tell a story, the every movie you've ever seen, every action movie you've ever seen, every adventure movie you've ever seen or story you've ever read is based around a monolith called the hero's journey. Have you guys heard of this before? So the hero's journey basically goes like this. There's an ordinary world. So the supposed hero, your client, is in an ordinary world. It's humdrum, it's day to day, it's boring, it's quiet desperation. They're there going, I wish, something exciting would happen to me. Yeah? And then they have a call to action or adventure. That's your consultant in this.